Video games are a waste of time. I think this is a sentence every gamer has heard at least once, probably many times in their life. This little sentence that people throw around so casually, usually without even thinking. And every time I hear it, I think, really? Are we still doing this? In 2026, with everything we know now about stress and burnout and mental health and connection and social media, people still think gaming is just this silly, useless hobby that's a waste of time. It shocks me how some people can still believe that, because I personally think it's the complete opposite. Gaming is one of the most intentional and engaging ways you can spend your free time. I would say it's a form of art actually, and in the world we live in right now where everyone is exhausted and overwhelmed and doom scrolling themselves into oblivion, gaming might actually be one of the smartest things you can do for your brain. And I'm not even being dramatic. Let me explain. Games have taught me so much, like genuinely life-changing things. For example, I literally learned a whole language because of games. A whole language. I'm speaking it right now. You're hearing it. I wanted to understand what the characters were saying, so I paid attention. I googled words. I picked up vocabulary. When I was 5, I would click random bubbles in The Sims 2 without understanding a single word, and I learned what they meant by watching my sim act them out on the screen. You might think, literally everyone speaks English in this day and age, so what? Well, not in the country where I'm from. I don't think I'd be speaking English like this if it was just from studying or watching YouTube. It was gaming with my online friends and talking to them for thousands of hours on Discord that really taught me how to speak. Another thing video games taught me that became a huge part of my life is that I love reviewing things. I love analyzing characters, picking apart story beats, trying to understand why a certain moment destroyed me emotionally. It started with me writing little Steam reviews that nobody read. Just me typing paragraphs after paragraphs about why some game made me cry at 3 a.m. Then those reviews turned into me writing and editing YouTube videos about games that, again, no one really cares about, but I love doing. It made me discover another passion, but probably my favorite thing games taught me is how to notice beauty, like actual beauty. The kind you find in weird little moments. Because in games, there's nothing that rushes you or limits you. You can stay at a beautiful spot for hours and picture it from every angle and take in every small detail. You can spend as much time as you want taking photographs of in-game sunsets and the way light hits the trees in an open world, or the cozy corner of a cabin in a farming game, or a tiny detail some environment artist decided to put in just because it mattered to them. You teach your brain to pay attention, to look, to notice. I have over 5,000 screenshots on Steam. 5,000. That's every moment that made me pause and go, wow, this is beautiful. And of course, that followed me into real life. It made me appreciate our world, how every corner of it is so unique and beautiful. It contributed to me noticing how pretty a cafe window can be when the light hits it just right. To notice street art hidden in a corner. Gaming didn't make me waste time. It made me more curious, more observant, more creative, more open. It made me more me. And I think the weirdest part is the people who think gaming is a waste of time probably spend hours scrolling on TikTok or Instagram without even noticing how much time has passed. And listen, I'm not judging. I do that too sometimes. But if we're being honest for a second, what actually does more for your brain? A completely passive scroll where your eyes move but your brain doesn't? Or a game that asks you to think, react, problem solve, make decisions, follow a story, be patient, pay attention, coordinate your hands and eyes, or sometimes all of that at the same time? Gaming isn't passive, it's interactive. Your brain is participating. Cozy games, action games, puzzle games, story-driven games, all of them ask something from you. They wake up parts of your brain that mindlessly scrolling never will. And it's not just non-gamers thinking that games are a waste of time. Most of us gamers already feel guilty when we sit down to play something. We think that we could be doing something way more productive with our precious free time. Trust me, I know how it feels when the annoying little voice in our heads immediately starts saying, you should be doing something useful instead of playing a game. You should meal prep or get ahead on work or start another more respectable adult hobby like pottery or rock climbing or whatever. But the truth is, when we sit down to play a game, that's not laziness. It's our mind finally getting space to breathe with our favorite hobby in our safe corner. I'm also a really big lover of books, and nobody ever questions me when I read whimsical fantasy novels for hours. In fact, people usually romanticize it and say things like, "Whoa, you read for 5 hours today? That's amazing." I just don't understand this mindset. In 2026, gamers come in every age: kids, teens, adults, parents, even grandparents. And gaming actually helps all of them. Kids get to learn problem solving, creativity, patience. Teens can learn teamwork, communication, confidence. Adults can get stress relief, mental stimulation, and a sense of achievement they don't get in everyday life. It can benefit everyone in different ways. Games explore grief, healing, trauma, identity, hope, relationships, moral questions, community, politics, philosophy. Some games challenge your brain, some help you cope with stress, some teach you how to fail over and over again and still get back up and try again. Some create worlds that comfort you in a way real life can't always do. Like, cozy games started gaining a lot more popularity in the last 5 years, and they're so important. You farm a little, decorate a house, talk to characters who can sometimes feel even more emotionally supportive than real people. You listen to soft music and your shoulders finally start to loosen up. And in a few hours, you just feel lighter. I could never see that as a waste of time. In a world where everyone is burnt out and overwhelmed, anything that helps you rest, focus, decompress, or feel joy should be celebrated. And I want to talk about something else people really underestimate. Something that I think is one of the most meaningful parts of gaming: social connection. Because even when you're playing alone, gaming is still social. There are whole communities built around the games you love. If you're watching this video right now, that's because you went on YouTube to find people that share the same hobby as you. You probably watch other people discuss lore, share their favorite moments, reaction videos to an anticipated game announcement, laugh about bugs, complain about bosses, celebrate achievements. You kinda get to be part of something bigger than just you and the screen in front of you. And then there are the moments you share in the game. These chaotic, unexpected memories, like finally beating the level together after countless tries or stumbling upon silly things in the game you probably wouldn't even realize if you played on your own, and laughing for 5 minutes straight. Gaming can give you so many lovely memories with your friends, even when everyone is in different cities, different countries, different time zones, and those memories often stay with you for a long time, sometimes forever. We didn't even talk about MMOs. They're literally mind-blowing if you stop and think about it. Everyone has their own life and routines in it. World of Warcraft was one of the first games I ever played. I was 12 years old, logging into this massive world filled with people from everywhere. Different countries, different cultures, different life experiences, different personalities, and I was just sitting there, mind blown about the extent of this virtual world. It made the world feel so much bigger and smaller at the same time. Honestly, MMOs taught me so much about connection, because you don't just play the game, you actually live in it for a while. You walk up to people and start a conversation, make friends, you run dungeons, you fail raids, you learn to work as a team. Sometimes you just stand there talking for hours to a stranger. For many of us, these games basically gave us our first international friendships. And then there are competitive games. And yes, we can definitely say that spending thousands of hours in games like Counter-Strike or Dota or League of Legends or Valorant can be a lot, maybe too much. And these games can absolutely become toxic or overwhelming or stressful very stressful if you don't set limits, and especially for people with obsessive personalities. But also, if you do manage to find balance, they can be genuinely fun, meaningful, and oddly comforting. I see the same party of people on my friend list over the past like 6-7 years, queuing for a few unranked matches of Dota every single evening. They're probably talking about their day while chilling and playing their comfort game with their found family. I've spent thousands of hours in competitive games, like easily more than 10k hours, and while I wouldn't put that much time into a competitive game again today, I can't really say I regret any of it. At one point in my life, 90% of my friends were from Dota, League of Legends, or Counter-Strike. These games brought people into my life that I still care about today. Like, how do you look at all of this and call gaming a waste of time? Think about the games that stayed with you. The soundtrack that gives you goosebumps every time you hear it. The characters you fell in love with. The cozy little town that felt like a second home when real life felt too heavy. Those moments are real. Those feelings are real. And I think they matter. So no, gaming is not a waste of time. Your free time belongs to you, not to society's expectations or someone else's idea of what counts as productive. You don't need permission to rest, and you definitely don't need approval from people who probably spend more time doom scrolling on their phones than you spend playing a game that's probably a piece of art. If gaming simply gives you joy or comfort or confidence or connection, that's enough. And I think that's all I have to say on this. I'd love to hear what you think. Like, do you have people around you that still look at you with judging eyes when you tell them you're a gamer? Do you agree gaming can make you a better person and can even be quite a productive hobby? I'm excited to hear your thoughts about this topic as well, and yeah. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to like and subscribe. I post a new video every Saturday, so hopefully you'll stick around, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye!